Hey everybody, today is Monday, May 10th, 2021. This is Ben Capozzi with Broad Shoulders Farm in beautiful Sutherland, Virginia in Halifax County. I am actually out in the same place that I was in the last video 25 days ago. Yeah, on April 15th. I'm in the same paddock with our laying flock, so I'm going to flip the camera around and give you guys an update on where we are with them. And I'll just go ahead and say it at the beginning. I'm sorry that there hasn't been an update in so long. This is our first year doing vegetables, selling vegetables at the farmer's market, as well as the baked goods and the eggs that I have been bringing for the past few years. And the farm suddenly, well, I feel like it's always had a lot of moving parts, but now it has even more moving parts. And it's just kind of hard to stay on top of it all. But let me flip the camera around and I'll show you what our fantastic laying flock has done in the time that they've been here. All right, so it's about 7 p.m. Things are winding down. The flock first came in here on April 15th. They're in here on a 30-day rotation. Which sounds probably like an obscene amount of time if you're, I guess, maybe schooled in some of the other rotational grazing in terms of, you get the birds in, you get the birds out, cattle, turkeys, whatever you're working with, they don't stay in an area for very long. But this is a new thing we're trying this year. I've kind of built the orchard around it working, so I really hope that it does. The birds have been in here in a roughly 80 by 80 section of Premier 1 electro net fencing with a solar charger. So they've had 6,400 square feet. This is their first time in here with the new trees. So there's a new apple there. There's a nice black mulberry here. There's another apple there. Obviously an old apple there that I'm going to chop up. I finally got a new chainsaw blade. But these are the existing apple trees. If you're friends of the channel, longtime followers, none of this is new to you. So let me just show you what they've done in the time that they've been here. So they've dug little tunnels underneath the wild raspberries as they've started to leaf out and their flowers. This is the April, August, and December paddock. So those are the 3 times of the year that the birds will be in here. 3 times of the year that the birds will be in here. So everything in here is kind of built around having a harvestable fruit or leaf or something during those 3 months. So when they come back in here, they won't be back in here for 90 days. So they won't be back in here until August. But when they come in, these apple trees will be dropping fruit based on last year. These apple trees were in the orchard when I got here. My wife's grandfather Ralph had established these. The information of what variety they are is long since gone, so we're just going to have to reconstruct it as we go. But I know a lot of people who are a lot smarter than me about apples, and they can help identify them. But so the kids have, they've done okay in here. It still looks pretty thick, but I don't know if you remember in the earlier video, but I had come in here over the winter and early spring and just continually sown, I don't know what you say, kale and radish and dwarf Essex or rape, basically canola, I believe, all through here. And they very quickly got rid of all that. So all that is gone. Things that are left are things like pigweed and stickweed. These elders planted and they're becoming established here, which makes me happy. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, this is one of my original Brahmanauts. One of my first 3 chickens ever, 2018. Hi, guys. This is kind of exciting. This wild persimmon that I noticed last year when we were first starting to clear this out. I've only recently gotten into persimmons, so now I'm pretty good at recognizing them. But this one is what? It's almost, well, I'd say it's 7 feet tall now. I think one more year and it might actually set fruit. We'll see. It's a Native American persimmon, and it could be a male, so it may not set fruit at all. If that's the case, I'm probably going to graft over it next summer and turn it into something fruit-bearing for us. But So the boys and girls have been in here. They've already eaten today. I just changed up the waterers again. This is their little fort. If I were a chicken, this would be my favorite place to hang out. I think I've talked about that before. But I mean, they've completely leveled the ground here. Just for comparison, out here, I've mown out here a couple times. I haven't mown all that. And actually, speaking of mowing, as you can see, orchard is way the heck too high for my wonderful self-propelled all-wheel drive, but still push mower from Husqvarna. So I'm actually renting a walk-behind brush hog tomorrow. I've rented it before. I've got it for the day, and I'm actually gonna mow, fingers crossed, the entire orchard and get this back under control because it's crazy. Anyhow, they've cleared out all underneath here. All underneath here. This was like the first area to go, and probably the most traffic because this is where I've set up their feeding bowls and their water system. The wild autumnberry trees that are shrubs that are here, autumn olive, set beautiful, gorgeous flowers that made this whole area smell incredible at the same time that the apple trees were blossoming. It was great, but look at all these drupes. This whole thing is covered with these little proto berries that are going to be wonderful, lycopene rich, antioxidant rich, loaded berries. I know this is an invasive species in some parts of the country. I didn't plant these. They were here when I got here. They are enormous. I mean, look at that. What is that, 15 feet tall, let's say? Certainly 12 to 15. I need to prune them this fall, but the birds absolutely love them, and I like them too. For a wild variety, these are actually quite sweet. You know, they've got kind of a big seed, but I'm thinking about maybe playing around with them this year, see if I can make fruit leather with them or something. I'm not sure, but the poultry goes gaga for them. I feel like I have videos from last year of them kind of jumping up, and it's always really cute to watch a chicken jump. So those will be ready, and of course the kids have thoroughly enjoyed nesting in them. When I move them in 5 days, the weekend of the 15th and 16th, I'm probably gonna have to come in here the night before and clear out all these roosters, those who are roosting in the trees, who are setting up shop up here, boys and girls, and make sure they all go into the chickshaws, because I have done the thing before where I move the chickshaws to the next paddock, assuming that the stragglers would come along eventually or that I could push them along. It doesn't work well at all. Just do it right. I've learned this now. Do it right the first time. Collect them all before you move. So I'm going to collect them the night before when they're in here and they're totally sleepy and compliant. Put them in the houses so that the next day when we move, we just get everybody all at once. It's so much easier. A lot less stress for everyone involved. So they've beat this area down over here quite a bit. They don't seem interested in this plant, and I don't know what this is. I want to say it's like burdock or something. It's not like yellow dock, but I'm honestly not certain. If it's burdock, it's the plant that sets the, you know, the cockleburs, the spurs that inspired, seed pods that inspired Velcro, but I'm just not sure. The chickens aren't interested in it though, but there's still lots and lots of forage in here. I feel like that doesn't look like grass. Is that oats? I have sown oats in here before. I'm not really sure. I guess that's grass. But for having been in here for, at the end of it all, 30 days, there's still an awful lot that they've barely touched or haven't touched at all. You know, and some of it is, you know, like peppermint weed that they're not going to be interested in. At least they haven't been so far. But there's other things like dock. And looks like they've nibbled on some of those leaves. Tons of grass. I know that there's Japanese stilt grass that was already kind of established here. I'm not trying to spread it around or anything, but it's going to start popping up underneath this tree. I'll try and mow it and keep it in check this year so it doesn't set more seed. But the chickens don't seem interested in eating it, but they do come in and disturb the soil quite a bit. Can't tell if that's wild geranium or cleavers maybe, but and then if we get kind of the exact diagonal opposite corner of where they were, and they've done some nice work under here clearing out, but in terms of, you know, more than 100 birds in one place for 30 days or so, about a month, there's still an awful lot that's left here. And that's a thing that I'll need to take note of going forward. Does that mean that I subdivide this into an even smaller paddock and they go from, say, here over to here? Does it mean that I can get a higher stocking density? What that means is more chickens to increase egg production, which would be great. As I've said in other videos, almost everybody in this group is, this is their third spring. So they were 3 years old, most of them March 18th, which is when the farm started, 2018. So they are starting to decline, certainly, in terms of their egg production. I hope not completely, though, because I really would like to breed some of them here very soon, as soon as I get some breeding pens set up, because I don't want to lose the genetics of some of these wonderful, wonderful birds that have helped me build my farm over the next few years. I want there to be children. I've already been playing matchmaker and thinking about which roosters will be paired with which hens. You know, I have, I think, around or slightly more than 60 breeds here on the farm. And I'm certainly not going to be able to do purebred chickens of all of those breeds. But having worked with so many different breeds now over the last 3 years, I definitely know which breeds I really, really like and which breeds I'm just okay with, and which breeds I'm not super crazy about. And they'll just kind of, you know, spend the rest of their time here, and they won't be, their line won't be furthered here. But hey, guys. So yeah, I mean, for 30 days in the same place, they've done a nice job, but certainly not a devastating job. You know, not like a plague of locusts in here. The ducks have been running all around this from the moment these guys came in here. I love it. I love seeing them. I hope they're going to be happy when I mow everything tomorrow, because it makes me nervous seeing them just kind of emerge from the undergrowth. I worry about their safety. So this is where we are. Ah, dork. Leave Pearl alone. Hi, Pearl. Hi, baby. Pearl is, I think, my only barred Holland hen. I hope so. Her comb is too small to be a barred rock, and I just don't think that she's a barred rock. This is a barred rock, and that's a barred rock, but Pearl is not a barred rock. She's definitely not a Dominique. I think she's a barred Holland. I did order a pair of barred Hollands way back in 2018 from Ideal Poultry, and they are both still with me. Sweet Pearl. And of course, over in the rooster run is Colonel, as in popcorn, not Sanders. So anyhow, there's an update on where we are. Questions, comments, concerns, helpful critique, always welcome. And I will be posting more moving forward. It's just been a busy spring. There's actually a lot to talk about. I've just been too busy doing rather than talking. So I'll try and do a better job coming up next. All right. I hope that wherever you are happy and healthy, and the same goes for everyone that you love and care about. We're very happy here to all be fully vaccinated, which is great. My wife works, as you know, in the ICU, so I'm very, very pleased that she is much more COVID safe now. So anyhow, I will catch you later. That little guy is a random whiting True Blue who escaped the rooster run and has been working on ingratiating himself with this group. And you know what? I may actually let him stay. So we'll see. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.